Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a well and overdue Q&A, talking all things Manchester, fitness, new jobs, old jobs, making friends and everything else in between. I asked over on my Instagram, just ask me some questions on things you'd want to know about, like apartments, or if you want to know things about fitness, about my job, why I moved to Manchester. So I've gotten a few questions together. I have them here on my iPad, so I'm going to go through them, and I've kind of put them all so they all kind of lead into each other. So let's get started. First question is, how has life been in Manchester? To say incredible would be an understatement. It is the best thing I've ever done. Me and Tony absolutely love it here. I know the weather isn't always great, and yes, Manchester is known for being rainy, but there's just something else about it that is different to being back home and it raining to being here and it's raining. We've built such a nice life community of friends, our work and everything has been great. We've just been really lucky, and I think because we worked so hard when we just got here to make sure that we set ourselves up to win and that it was an enjoyable experience, I think it's really paid off. So it's been amazing. It has been amazing, and I actually couldn't recommend getting out of your hometown, getting out of where you're from, be it if you move to a different county back home or if you move country. I couldn't recommend it more, just to grow and learn new things, meet new people and just get some experience living abroad. So I couldn't recommend it more. So how did I get into fitness classes? Quite easy and simple. It was my job. So when I moved over here, I became front of house community assistant at Hero Training Clubs, which is now called Zeno Health Club. Got a job there working front of house, checking in members, making protein shakes, taking part in classes, booking events, literally living my best life. I couldn't believe that I got into such an amazing role, even though I moved to Manchester with the thought that I was going to go straight into something marketing, because I'd obviously done marketing for 4 years. So that was I was moving to Manchester, getting this big job in social media, that was going to be me. But life has its ways of throwing things at you, and clearly it wasn't my time to go into something in marketing, because Hero Training Clubs landed in front of me and it was insane. And on the very first day, my very first interview, it was with Emily and Gareth. That was over a year and a half ago now, and to say that was such a life-changing moment for me, because got a job that I didn't even realize was going to be a dream job of mine for the next year and a half. But I also met my best friend. They say in a workplace, oh, it's who you met in primary school, who you met in secondary school. No, mine is who I met at my first job living in Manchester. It's incredible how close since starting there everyone has just become, and all my friends in Manchester have come from Hero Training Clubs, all of them. And it's just incredible. The community that the fitness industry has over here is just crazy. And I'm telling everyone back home, I'm oh my god, when you come over, let's do classes. Everyone's kind of classes, I'm on my holidays, and I'm no, you don't realize it's such a big part of the community in Manchester. You've Hero Training Clubs, which now Zeno Health Club, you've Barry's, you've Block, you've F45, you have Ride, which is just open. You have so many different classes that you could take part in, so many different communities that have so many different offerings that it's hard not to fall into it if that's what you're in. So that's how I started it all. I was offered a position on a PT training course to do the course for free, get trained up, and then I could obviously then go straight into teaching classes once I had my qualifications, done training. But it was never something when that opportunity came, some people would literally cry for an opportunity like that, whereas when it came to me, it was something it's not me, it's not what I want to do. So that also was something that came to me, but I realized I love fitness so much and I love classes, but I like being on the receiving end of that. I don't like being on the instructing end. That wasn't what I loved about the fitness classes. I stayed with Hero for a year and a half, and throughout that I was community front of house. I progressed to supervisor, then progressed to front of house manager, then I went up to assistant general manager, and then a year ago I became general manager. So I've been general manager of Zeno Health Club / Hero Training Clubs now for a year. So even though my journey's been a year and a half, first 6 months was a lot of progression, which when you think about it is crazy fast. I was fresh out of uni, moved to Manchester, and then thought I was going to go into marketing, and suddenly 6 months after moving here, I'm general manager of a boutique 4-gym studio in Manchester. Like, it still blows my mind how I done all that. And obviously it wasn't what I thought I had in my path for next, but it is what just life had in my path. And at that time I could have turned it down and said, no, I want to do marketing. But I said, when would I ever get the opportunity to do that? Like, that just doesn't get handed to you. And because I'd worked so hard for them for 6 months, like I was like proving myself, like I really wanted to work hard. Like, this is this whole new chapter in my life that I was giving everything to, like being in Manchester, regardless of what I thought the outcome might be. And then I ended up getting general manager and having just the most incredible story. I got to work with brands like Gymshark, with Molly May. I got to work with Boohoo, Gym King, done amazing events with like Anna Archer, Lucy Davis, Madison Sarah. Like, the list is endless, and it all came from Hero Training Clubs. And like, that's just a milestone in my life. Like, just that whole year and a half, that's a milestone for me, because that's just, I've learned so much. I've made so many friends. I've learned so much about myself, and just to not take stuff for granted, and also not put up with a lot of stuff that I probably would have like a year ago, and just knowing your own worth. And I think a lot of that has come from like the team I'm surrounded with now inside there. Well, I'm finished now, but the group of girls that are in there now are just incredible. Like, they are the nicest group of girls you'll ever meet. And I think just meeting them has really just showed me, like, know your self-worth and don't let anyone take you for granted, because it can happen. It can happen, and I'm guilty of letting it happen. So 2024, putting yourselves first. So yeah, that is how I got into it all, and how my journey at Hero has gone. And although I'm done now, my chapter was coming to a close there. I'd reached a point where I was like, okay, I have done what I wanted to do now, and now my love really is pushing me towards, like, I want to be creating content, I want to be doing social media, I don't want to be a manager anymore. So I knew that was the time to just hand in my notice, get my new job, and leave on a really good note. So I'm still going to be up there loads doing classes with instructors. Me and the girls all have our own like private group chat now that isn't work related. So I've met amazing friends, and yeah, just amazing things are now coming for the rest of this year. The next question is, how do I stay so motivated? And this is actually a question I got a lot at the very beginning of starting at Hero, because obviously it's a lot different to stuff we have back home. Back home it was a lot of like playing GAA, you're training twice a week, might have a match, so it was like 3 times a week you're working out, say. But over here, it's very different, because when you're in that kind of a community where you're working with people who like fitness, you're around that environment that is fitness 5 days a week. Like, I'm in a gym with classes 5 days a week. You become almost accustomed to, like, that's what you enjoy doing. And because when you meet like-minded people, so on a Friday night when everyone wanted to go, like, say back home, or a Friday, Saturday night when you want to go back home, we were often saying on a Friday night, do we want to do a yoga class? Because it was like, after the long week of us doing classes, say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was like, oh, yoga, or do you want to do a spin class, or do you want to do a 5K? There's loads of run clubs. So it almost became like, that's what we done because we enjoyed it, rather than because it, like, you have to work out to like keep healthy and for your mental health, and if you want to look good and stuff like that. Like, instead of it just being like a job, it was actually because we enjoyed doing it. Like, you were meeting new people, like-minded people, so it almost wasn't even a struggle to stay motivated, because if you're in that community where, like, say there's like the group of all the girls, like even like me, Holly, Lisa, the list goes on. Like, if we want to do something, if we're like, oh, what shall we do? We're like, oh, will we do a class at Hero? Will we go to a Barry's class? Will we do some Pilates? Like, it was more so like what we were doing was what type of class we were doing, rather than actually questioning what we were going to do. Like today we were going to do a class, but my body is literally so tired because I've done so much this week that we were like, okay, let's scrap the class today and we'll just go for some lunch, but then we're going to do a class tomorrow on Monday. So you kind of almost, it's just the normal thing to do around here, and it doesn't feel strange to say that, yeah, I probably do some form of class, working out or run like probably 6-7 days a week, if not like 5, like minimum 5. But it's not because I'm like, oh, I need to train, need to get this done. Like, it's more so I enjoy it, I'm moving my body, I'm with my friends, I'm in a great community, and it just makes me feel great. So why wouldn't I do it? So yeah, I know it can seem crazy back home. I know even like speaking with my friends back home, or even my mom, she's like, you're at the gym every day. I'm like, but it's not like at the gym, like I'm doing different things. Like I could be doing a sculpt class, which when you do it on your Apple Watch, like the calories you burn, it says the equivalent of a brisk walk, but it's like working your small muscles, so it's like burning. Whereas I can do a spin class and I don't even consider that like a workout, even though I burn ridiculous amount of calories, but it's literally a party on the bike. Like you're literally cycling, listening to unbelievable music, everyone's cheering, or else you're going into like a conditioning class where it's like oons, 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 and it's like fast paced, and you do Barry's class. Like there's so many like different types of classes that all work different parts of your body, or you want on a different day, and that's why it never feels like something I have to do, rather it's always something I want to do. And the hardest part is actually deciding what I want to do, because there could be a day, like I always love doing my Barry's on a Wednesday for sure, like I don't change that, but then it's like there could be a run club on that night and I'm like, what do I want to do? Do I want to do the run club? Do I want to do my Barry's class? Like that's probably the biggest decisions I have to make in life these days, is choosing classes, which is just like not even a thing to complain about. So yeah, that's how I stay motivated, because I have the most supportive and motivating group of friends, and we all want the best for each other, even though we don't have any goals in mind, like in particular, we all just love doing it daily. So yeah, that's why. So a few like more light-hearted questions and not work fitness related is, what are my favorite like food and restaurants and like cafes in Manchester? So the Italian restaurants over here are chef's kisses. Like we have found, you'll see if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see it on my stories, Don Marco's, it's down Deansgate, it's an Italian restaurant, like a family business. So you know when you go in there and it's literally the same people, they recognize you, you know them now, they know your order. That's where we are with this group. They are the nicest family and restaurant ever. And it's so affordable, like you're literally getting your pizza for £10. They do the nicest like drinks, some chunky chips, honestly, 10 out of 10. So when it comes to coffee, I like my coffee to not taste like coffee. So do I like coffee? I don't know. I don't even know if coffee has an effect on me. If I have a Nocco, you will know I've had a Nocco if I've had one, because I'm literally like, I can't stop talking. Like it literally sends me. When it comes to coffee shops, I like my coffee to not taste like coffee. So if I like coffee, I don't really know, because I don't like the taste of it being strong. But I go to Michael's Coffee House, and I don't even know what street it's on. It's like just off of, what do you say? It's like by the theatre. It's so good. The pistachio hype that's been over here recently is just ridiculous. If it's not pistachio or Biscoff, nobody seems to want it. So they do incredible iced lattes. So I get an pistachio iced latte with semi-skim milk. It is chef's kisses. On a Friday up at Hero, we used to get it all the time, and it was like a nice little Friday treat. But they also do pistachio croissant, and it's honestly a joke how good it is. The next question is, do I have any holidays booked this year? And I'm so excited because I have 2 exciting holidays coming up, but 3 exciting trips, because one isn't a holiday, one is a trip home. So I have Tony's sister's wedding in May, which is literally only like a couple of weeks away now. I think literally 3 weeks away, yeah, because I get my hair done in 2 weeks, and then the week after we go home. So I'm so looking forward to that. We're literally home in Ireland for like a week, which is great. And then I have M's hen in Marbella. All of us going to Marbella. We have a villa, like literally like long satin dresses, that kind of a vibe. And then in June, we have a week in Cyprus for M's wedding, all-inclusive hotel, literally stunning weather, stunning vibes. I am so excited, like so excited. And then me and Tones then also want to go away. Tony's coming to the wedding as well. And then me and Tones also want to go away in probably like August somewhere, but we just haven't really decided. We were thinking about Dubai, but we're not sure if we want to go in July again. But yeah, we're gonna go somewhere. It's not too sure yet. But yeah, so we have 3 trips coming up now in the next, literally like between now and the end of June, with my birthday thrown in the mix as well, because we always have to add in a little something. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Let me know if you're going on holiday anywhere. A lot of people seem to be going to like Marrakesh is that Morocco, I think it is, because there seems to be like amazing weather, great villas, like an all-inclusive hotels and stuff. So let me know if you're going anywhere like that or any recommendations, because we do want to go somewhere we haven't been before, and like preferably maybe somewhere outside of Europe, somewhere a bit different. So yeah, let me know if you have any holidays booked yourself. And probably the most asked question that I have gotten on my Instagram when I put up this box is, what is my new job and when do I start, and everything all about it. So my new job is I'm going to be store supervisor doing social media and community events for Acai and the Tribe. I'll pop their little Instagram up here. I am like beyond grateful, for one, for getting this job and opportunity, and two, excited to just start. Like the job kind of landed, like the job kind of found me. Like I was looking but I couldn't find anything, and then Alicia found me. We just found each other. So if you don't know from this picture, you'll recognize it because or if you recognize the account, it's because I literally go there the whole time. I literally go there every weekend and I get an acai bowl. Anyone that comes to visit, let's go to Acai and the Tribe. Like I absolutely love the place. And then I got the opportunity to now join the team. So I'm so excited to start. There is already an incredible team there already. Because when I go there every week, the girls are always so friendly and so nice. So I'm actually really lucky to be going into a team that seems so lovely. There's some amazing things up and coming for the brand, which I'm just so excited to like be involved in and getting started with. So now, when I said my time earlier was like with Hero was coming to an end, or Zeno should I say, was coming to an end, it was just my time now. Like this job found me. It was like when I first moved here, Hero found me, and then it just got to a point where now this job found me and it was my time to take it. Time to get experience in it, because as much as I love doing social media and events, or social media and like content creation on my own account, if I want to actually get a job in that in the future, I don't actually have any work experience in it that I can like speak about or like get a reference from. So this is just an amazing opportunity for me to like grow my own portfolio, help grow a brand that is already incredible and like growing so much. It's definitely Manchester's like most popular location for like lunch and smoothie bowls. So going to do lots of community events with them. Going to get run clubs, going to get like girly days, just honestly putting it even more on the map than it already is, and just building a really good community around it, because like as I said earlier, like the thing going on now is everyone is so invested in their health, their mental well-being, community, wanting to meet new people, that it's just such a great opportunity to tie that in with like brands that like are focusing on your health. So like your smoothie bowls, your smoothies, and also then having a place like, because it does coffees and all that, so you just have a place to catch up. Like want to catch up with your friends, go for a run, have a catch up, come to Acai in the Tribe. So I'm so excited to start. I start on Tuesday, going straight in with some like catering bookings, getting just all like, you know, the nitty-gritty things when you start a new job. And then I'm going to start making out like my plan for social media, start connecting with some people that I already have like built up relationships with, and then start planning some like fun community events, community days, some outreach. And yeah, you'll see lots of me over on that side. And I'll be sharing it across my own social media as well, because if I was sharing before I work there, it's going to be all over my page when I do work there. So that is my new job. I'll be sharing loads more about it. But yeah, thank you for listening to this little Q&A. I feel like it was an overdue one, a little catch up, because I always get so many like random questions about like what I do or why I moved and stuff like that I never really know how to answer them all. So I feel like this was a good way to just kind of word vomit it all out. But if you have any other questions, like even if you want me to go into stuff like about how I found my apartment, what part of Manchester, what's rent and bills like, we obviously have like council tax over here, getting like your national insurance number, like I can do a whole video on like how to move to Manchester, like your guide, because I feel like I would have really appreciated that before me and Tones moved, because we hadn't a clue what we were doing. Like we honestly didn't. We were just looking to get an apartment, because you can't get an apartment like too far in advance. It can only be like 3-4 weeks before you move, which is like chaos, because you're thinking, okay, I've handed in my notice and now I'm moving country and I actually can't even secure my apartment yet, and you have to go through like vetting. Honestly, it's a lot. So if you'd like me to do a video on anything like that, please let me know down below. Or if you have any topics on something else you'd like me to talk about, be it if it's like talking about classes or if it's talking about anything else I do, let me know. So that is all of them answered for now, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.